2,000 years ago, on a warm night much like this, Jesus shared a final supper with his closest disciples. This wasn't just any meal. It was a symbol of the incredible love he had for all of us. They shared a special meal, a Last Supper together. Jesus knew something big was about to happen, but he wanted to spend this precious time with the people he loved most. As they ate bread, Jesus broke it in half and shared it with them. He said, "This is my body, given for you." He then took a cup of wine and said, "This is my blood, poured out for many." It was a way of showing his love in a simple, beautiful way. But amidst the joy, there was a secret hidden in the room. One of the disciples, someone Jesus trusted, had planned to betray him. It was a terrible blow, a feeling like your best friend is going to tell everyone your biggest secret. Later that night, while the moon hung bright in the sky, Jesus and his disciples went to a garden to pray. Suddenly, a group of people arrived, led by the very friend who had betrayed Jesus. With a kiss, the friend gave away Jesus' location. The soldiers grabbed Jesus, even though he didn't fight back. His heart ached for the betrayal, but his love for everyone, even those who hurt him, never faded. Jesus, the kind and gentle teacher, was taken away that night, his journey leading him towards a difficult path. His disciples, scared and lost, scattered like frightened birds. Jesus was dragged before the religious leaders, men who had once listened to his teachings. But now, their faces were twisted with anger. They accused him of crimes he didn't commit, twisting his words and making fun of him. Throughout it all, Jesus remained calm. He knew what was coming, the pain he would endure, but he also knew there was a reason. He had come to save the world, and this path, though difficult, was the only way. One by one, even Peter, the disciple who swore he would never abandon Jesus, denied knowing him. The sting of rejection cut deep, but Jesus, with a sorrowful look, whispered a silent prayer for forgiveness. As the night turned into day, the crowd grew restless. They demanded punishment, their voices echoing through the city. Pontius Pilate, the Roman governor, didn't want to condemn Jesus. He saw no reason for it. But pressured by the crowd, he washed his hands of the situation, leaving the fate of Jesus in the hands of others. Jesus was sentenced to be crucified, the most brutal punishment of the time. He was mocked and beaten, a crown of thorns pressed onto his head. The pain was excruciating, but Jesus endured it with a quiet strength. Carrying the heavy cross on his back, Jesus walked towards Golgotha, a hill where criminals were usually executed. His body was weak, his steps faltering. But even then, he reached out a hand to help a woman weeping in the crowd. His compassion, even in his own suffering, shone bright. On Golgotha, Jesus was nailed to the cross. As the pain washed over him, he cried out, not in anger, but in forgiveness, "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they do." His words echoed across the land, a powerful message of love even in the face of hate. The sky above darkened, and the earth trembled. Jesus, with a final cry of "It is finished," yielded his spirit. The world seemed to hold its breath, a hush falling over the land. Though Jesus died on the cross, his story doesn't end there. His sacrifice became a bridge between us and God, offering forgiveness and the promise of eternal life. It's a message of hope, a reminder that even in our darkest moments, love can prevail. This Good Friday, let the light of Jesus' love fill your heart. Share it with the world, and remember, the greatest commandment is to love one another. Subscribe to the channel and live the life of love and happiness. God bless you.